Hello Aries Dreamers, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. And hey, did you see the crystals? Yes, I have them available and on sale both at my website and Etsy. Hold on a minute, okay. I had to click something on the computer first. So yes, I have them available at my website and Etsy. You can connect up with all my YouTube channels, Mystic Hawk and the Mystic Hawk Crystals, the TikTok channel. Everything you want to see is right there at themystichawk.com. And I just want to let everybody know, when I go get the crystals, I do ask the Mother Earth to bring me crystals for light workers and healers specifically to do that kind of work. And oh boy, do they show up. Just amazing crystals. I have just a handful listed, just getting the store started out. Check them out. Maybe there's something out there that'll appeal to you, help you out in your work with your clients or with yourself as well. I do look them over very carefully and look for all of their attributes and different qualities that they would have, and do my best to list them for you. So, all right, there you go, Aries. I wanted to talk to you guys. This is special about the North Node. We just had a major shift in gears. It just transited into Taurus, South Node, and Scorpio. And we're going to look at how that affects you for the next 18 months until July of 2023. So this is a big impacting transit. We had the North Node in Gemini last time. Nodes go backwards. North Node in Gemini last time. And the South Node in Sagittarius. You experience everything from the first house perspective. So you were focused on communication like the Geminis do. And, and the letting go of everything Sagittarius, which is world travel, higher education, religion, and, all of that kind of thing. We were kind of restricted from getting to go do. Okay, so we have that background there. And so now your North Node is moving from Gemini back into Taurus as it goes backwards, and that's going to focus on your values, possessions, the work you do for money, or how your earned income, your job situation, however it is that you earn your income. It could be you developed, an internet business over the last 2 years or a year and a half or so, and that is a new way of income coming to you. Definitely focusing on work and having income coming in, and this is in a way of being independent. Taurus, the Empress, she is self-sufficient in many ways. So this is focusing on how to be self-sufficient and using your energy to move toward that. Taurus will help you in that area because it's a really great planet, but it's a really great position for you to be in as far as money goes. However, keep in mind that Uranus is also in Taurus. It's going to be conjuncting this node ever so often, and that means there's going to be a lot of surprises in this area. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're good surprises and not the bad surprises, right? But there's always going to be challenges when we head toward our destiny. And here, this is my quantum field card, and we'll say all these are your future self because the North Node does rule our future selves, okay? How we connect to them, our future. So you want to connect to a future self that's up here in the higher vibing mode, a future self that really represents your values, what you would like to possess, the kind of work you would like to do, the amount of income that you would like to earn. That future self that's doing all that for you, pick that one. You'll start having a communication back and forth through this quantum field where there is no time. Okay, you get it? You don't want to be down here in the lower areas. That's where the Scorpio is ruling. That hits the 8th house. The South Node, death, taxes, secrets, occult, things that are hidden beneath the surface. Shared resources. So you may be coming out of a time where shared resources, but it was in a really karmic way, and that may create some more karmic cycles for you. This can also have to do with bank loans and and that kind of thing. The man wanting his taxes, the bank wanting their loans. It could be a calling back of resources, or or leaving out a situation where you're the one that doling out everything, and it was imbalanced from the other situation. Shared resources, shared energy, being in a partnership where everything was equal, and nobody had hard feelings about it. Okay, so if there was issues in that area, and there was some karma created in that situation, this is a time to purge that and release that, really digging deep with that Scorpio energy to find out what the problem is, so we don't have to go back there again, right? So now the North Node, of course, again, that's going to bring in jobs. Could have been from that communication. That South Node was in Sagittarius, so you did do a lot of study. It might have been a long distance study, been able to study via the internet, the communications and stuff, since you had to be at home, be online, and that kind of thing. That was something you're just finishing up, and now you're moving into the money houses. Okay, all this time and energy I've done in communications and studies, maybe just some of you could have just graduated from college, perhaps. Don't know what point in life you're in. You could have went back to school because you wanted to change your career. You realized there was a real need to change that, and you're changing over, and you're starting your first job out from whatever training you've just had. And it may not be the end-all be-all career job. This again is in the second house, not the 10th house. The 10th house is the grown-up career, and this is just getting started, one of your first jobs in your new field. But it is money coming in, so rejoice in that area. But it's going to be up to you to go get it. It's roll up those sleeves and get to work, Aries, in whatever area that you're focusing on. But finding or just finding other ways to make some income. Selling stuff online, eBay or Mercari or whatever that new one is. Get creative with it. You enjoy doing that, but I really do feel like it's going to come from some of the communications you did in the past. Now, what I've done here for each of the nodes, there's a medicine card, and then I got 2 medicine cards and 2 cards from Ancestor Speaks to speak on this situation. We have the hummingbird for the North Node. Well, there's some joy in this area. You're ready to get back to work, or if nothing else, ready to go start earning some money after going through, all that training and communication, perhaps being retrained for the new job. We're really looking forward to getting out there and moving and shaking, getting things in motion. So hummingbirds like to move. They cannot be trapped. So perhaps there's going to be a lot of fast communication. Buzz, buzz, buzz. What's the buzz, Aries, right? There's a lot of buzz and a lot of talking and a lot of moving and a lot of shaking. But it gives you joy. You like doing this. This is exciting to you. So it's something that you're doing. If you're not doing it now, it's something to focus on in this future self up here. Find one that's really whatever work you're doing, or whatever you do to create an income, or even if you're retired and it's something you're doing just for some extra money, just make sure you enjoy what you're doing. That's the point. Have fun. Enjoy it. It doesn't need to be a grind or something up, that's like, oh God, why did I do this? Of course, that's where the bat is hitting, that death, taxes, secret, and occult in that 8th house, other people's resources. This is the bat. This definitely does symbolize Scorpio, death and rebirth, having a whole new rebirth in situations. And I'm feeling like this isn't just money. This is time, energy, your love. All this, perhaps you over-invested in situations and didn't get something back, or maybe it was the flip-flop the other way around, where someone else was doing all the investing or doing everything to keep the relationship alive, perhaps even including paying the bills, but maybe not necessarily just that. But there needs to be more of a balance, and letting that old way die out so the new way can be reborn, so it moves away from codependence and into interdependence. But before you can get to interdependence from extreme codependence that the Scorpio is highlighting right now, you're going to have to go through a phase well, you're going to go through a phase, at least for the next year and a half, that is going to put you in an independent focus. And that's something that you're really comfortable with. Aries, that's the sign of the self, the I, the most independent sign out there. So you can handle it, Aries. Here, hey, what's what we got? We got to answer the call. Look at those fiery headed, what are they, Vikings? Yeah, they're going out to adventure, answer the call, explore, travel, and live. It's time to live, Aries. Time to get out there and do your thing. Answer the call. Whatever your calling is, it is time to go. This is go time. This is action time. If you've been waiting on a sign, this is it. Now is the time, or to at least get started, even in the most minute little way. Start moving in that direction. One of the things that's going to help you out with this major transformation of self that you're in, transformation of how you deal with others, and the shared resources and the interdependence. And then we're even talking about sex, because Scorpio rules sex. Let's be real there, Aries. So this sexual energy and how you use it to manifest or not. And do you use it to its fullest capacity, or and a real intimate connection, like Scorpio wants to go deep, all-consuming soul connection, or is it just, sex for fun? And that might be something else that comes up, love, money, sex, power, all that kind of stuff is all mixed up. It's all connected. You cannot separate them. So there we go. There may be some nature spirits that will really help you out, getting out into nature. Elves, fairies, the rock formations will want to talk to you and give you messages when you go out and meditate in nature. Maybe just the birds, watching birds, even if you just live in the city, just going out and really taking some time to separate from the others, so you have time to sit and be with yourself and see where you're at with all that. We're going to do the flip-flop, just like we did for Libra, your opposite sign. Here's flip-flop, because Libra's totally flip-flop and opposite of what you're doing, focused on just the opposite things. But you guess what? Mars and Venus will be meeting up here, I think, in February, and especially, I think it's in March, February. I'm not sure. You have to look it up. I'm not an official astrologer. I just, my guides tell me there's a really big major transit coming up for people, that's when I tune into the astrology. Otherwise, it would be the ancestors, channeling, mediumship and stuff. But this is what the guides and the ancestors want to talk about, because this is such a major shift in gears, and the sooner the better of taking advantage of these new situations. Right now, all the planets are about to go direct as of February 3rd. So go time, Aries. By the time it comes around to your birthday time, it's going to be serious go time. Don't dawdle, as they say. Don't dawdle, darling. It's time to get on with it. All right, here we go. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Are we going to kick out some cards? If not, okay, I'm going to shuffle and cut. Then we're going to get on. There we go. Called you out. Yep. Let's see what we have. The first one I see is the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is actually a magician wanting to be a king. He is magicked up, manifested this illusion that seems like it's very stable and everything's going good. He has that fire of knowledge at his feet. He went over there to Uriel and kind of got some of that knowledge, from the fire. And, he thinks he knows enough to create a kingdom. But if you want to look on the opposite side, it's a little bit barren. There's nothing there. So there's some work to be done in that area, the area of work. This is also to create some more stability for you. It feels like you've been juggling for a while, perhaps robbing from Peter to pay Paul, juggling finances and such. We're talking about finances, not love or any other situation. But also, if you see the backside of this card, it shows this fella is smart enough and ingenuitive enough to get out there and show his juggling act off to to the public. And so if he finds the right audience, he will get that job offer, that good job that he's looking for. Might be that you have 2 jobs in the meantime. We have the Moon card, might be dealing with a Pisces, but this is, again, I feel like this goes along with that 8th house energy there with the bat. With that death and rebirth kind of situation, diving deep. That's also what Scorpio does, is dive deep into dark waters and surface up with a lot of treasures and perhaps some trash that needs to be removed from the water. The ocean's full of garbage, but there's also treasures underneath. So, that's going through, and you've noticed the towers in our background are like the tower cards. So there's a facade. They're just a shell. So they're not fully formed, okay? So going beneath the surface and finding behind the facade and beneath the facade, yours or other people, to find out the truth so that you can heal this situation and not continue it. That's the Page of Cups there. The Page of Cups bringing good news, maybe a call from a loved one, connecting up to a situation, or getting a call or getting some information about a work situation that you would truly enjoy. Getting that call, maybe you've had some applications out, got your resumes out in different places, and now you're starting to get call or get some feedback in that area on your whatever business that you're doing for extra money. What I saw from this card, this is 7 of Swords, like you're out there prowling around like a thief in the night, come hell or high water, by hook or by crook. So, might feel like, I don't know if you've been dealing with thieves, or you've had, feeling ripped off by certain situations, or you just got to do what you got to do to make ends meet. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go steal anything. No, I'm just saying, you might be in this juggling situation and really having to use your mind to get yourself out of a trap. Okay, how do we get out of this situation? A little bit depressed about it, but coming out of that depression, that's the 5 of Cups, the backside. But there is a rose growing in that barren land. So are still some cups and some growths left. There's been some disappointments perhaps in the work field and around the job. But now it's time to move on and take those newfound communication skills and put the nose to the grindstone. Get to work, Aries. It's time to get to work. You better work. You better work. Okay, that's it. I hear RuPaul talking in the background. Not that I watch any drag shows or anything like that, but I heard RuPaul, you better work. Work it, baby. Work it, Aries. Get to work. It's no more time to dawdle. It's time to get on with it. You have a good idea or something, it's time to move. Before somebody else steals it. That is somebody stealing intellectual property, so be careful, telling your ideas to a bunch of people. You might want to keep your mouth shut until, don't let that communication get too far ahead of you. Because the last 18 months or so, it was talking back and forth to people and getting all these ideas and being inspired or telling people what your plans were. So it might not be a good idea. I might want to keep it to yourself and under wraps, under that cloak, until you're ready to expose it to the world. All right. Not going to kick any out, so we're just going to cut them. That's all good. So 6 of Cups, somebody coming back from the past, a little bit of nostalgia about how things used to be. But I do feel like this might be someone from a past life or someone from your childhood coming back around, perhaps to help out in the situation or give you a nudge toward a job or an opportunity, perhaps even give you a job opportunity. There you are, Aries. You're ready to go out and do it. There's your backside. That's you really contemplating. That's a King of Wands in that South Node Scorpio. See, there's the serpent there, and that's the tree of knowledge, and really digging deep to find out how to get through this situation, not just temporarily, but to really permanently to not have this reality created again. I mean, because I feel like you're feeling a little tough, it's feeling a little pinched, needing to have a little extra money come in and figuring out different ways. Just depends at what time of life you're in. I mean, if you're young and just getting out of college, you're really doing some soul searching and figuring out what you're going to be for the next few years of your life. I mean, but if you're older, I mean, 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, death, taxes, and stuff like that are really strong on your mind. So it just depends on what point in life and what, how do you want to leave your legacy, you know, that kind of thing is really coming up. And what other work can you do while you're still here to make that mark or to leave that legacy, or, you know, to finish things up. So it feels pretty heavy. I mean, Scorpio's a heavy house, not gonna lie to you. It's not easy. It's shadow work. And if you haven't done the shadow work up until now, you're gonna be doing the shadow work. You can't get away from it. It's gonna hit you in the pocketbook where you can't ignore it. There you are, the Seven of Wands. You really defended your position up until now. I mean, been able to defeat a lot of people, but at the same time, by standing your ground, you may have lost some friends, or people went by the wayside. Things just aren't the same as they used to be. That's what it came up as on the night side, right along with the King. So you really are thinking on that night side time, and keep in mind Taurus and Scorpio are both feminine energy, so it's also not just the push and the go and trying to make things happen. It's also being in a receiving mode and being able to allow the flow to bring things to you and not try to make things happen so much. Perhaps by trying to make things happen and pushing as hard as he did, he ended up losing some pals there, some friends that could have helped him in this area. So be careful of that. That'll cause you more work. You have to carry more of the burden because some of your pals went around. These were the guys that helped you carry everything. But, you know, so be careful of that kind of situation. Also, you may have defended your position. And only, you know, and there's still a whole lot of work to be done. There's a lot of burdens that you need to release. And again, I feel like that's what's going to be released in the South Node in Scorpio. And speaking of Scorpio, there's the Phoenix. And this did come up on the backside. Again, the backside of a fire sign. So that's the Page of Wands. And he's not all good time Charlie in this one. Or he's out in the day just to charming people and you know, having a good time. Oh, good time, Charlie, want to be around here? Let me chat up this one. Let me chat up this person. I'm going around like a social butterfly. No, at night, he actually gets a lot deeper than people realize. He may appear to be, you know, this good-looking but not too smart kind of guy, but by the firelight, he really does have some deep thoughts and some connections. So that's really, you know, having some time to yourself to really do soul searching. That's what I'm hearing. We've got the Six of Wands here. So there has been a victory. And a victory. Some of your fire is coming back. Your inspiration is coming back. Again, this could be over the course of the next 18 months. It could have already happened because there is that Venn diagram transition. I get five of Wands. There's something that happened, some kind of explosive thing that happened at work, or you have gotten to the point where things are about to blow. It's really a time to release some tension. I feel like in a lot of ways feeling pent up for you. You just need to have the strength to control your own passions, because a lot of this is your own passions, your own anger, your own frustration, perhaps not being able to figure out what to do, or feeling trapped, because this is the other side. But look, there's spirit, there's the eagle. You're in that mental mind fuck there. That's what, you know, the analysis paralysis, so to speak, and was stuck there for a while. I could see that's where your frustration came from, you know, having to really work hard to tame your beast, and perhaps doing some prayers there. And here comes the eagle along. That's spirit coming along to give you a helping hand. And there's your higher self and the Two of Wands. More fire, Aries. You're getting your mojo back, I see. And there you are, having a conversation with your higher self. I see a lot of this, again, nighttime, a lot of this deep internal nighttime kind of work. Maybe you're going to be up a lot at night or during the dark hours when you have the opportunity to hear yourself and to do that soul searching and figure out what's your next step in life. That's the Fool card, ready to go on the journey. Same as The Six of Wands, same as this Knight. I mean, the Page of Wands. So I do feel like there's some movement, some journey definitely moving forward, especially after a time, you know, the Hangman feeling like he's upside down. Here's some people coming to give him some food and water, perhaps talk to him or learn from what have you learned by being hanging upside down here at night. So the things that you learn on your own soul-searching journey, you may be able to communicate and share those with other people. There he is during the daytime just hanging out. At nighttime, people coming around and saying, what do you see by hanging upside down in the stars? He's probably dizzy as hell. But anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, it is about turning yourself upside down. Maybe you feel like your life is in suspension, but it is time to make a move. You have to meter, you know, just don't rush out there and try to make everything happen. This is going with the flow, but when the flow opens up, you need to be prepared to go to make that leap like the Fool. And you can, because, you know, Aries, hey, you have no problem going, let's do it. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I thought about it yesterday already. Let's go today, right? There's some kind of attraction happening with someone in the air. Remember, Mars and Venus are going to be meeting up, so the chance for romance, especially for those that are Mars and Venus ruled, that's going to be coming about. So, and you're most attractive when you're in the moment fully doing what you enjoy. So again, if you meet somebody at work or in the course of doing your job, you know, hopefully it's something you enjoy doing and you're not all pissed off when you meet that person or frazzled, or, you know, it's best to be in, you know, being in the moment, being in the now. It's the best place to be. That's where the Fool is. That's where the Hangman is, you know. One more for Aries, please. Here it is. It says, work on your partnerships. Give your relationship a chance. Huh. Well, you know, that's that South Node in Scorpio. They're going to need a lot of work, baby, because I'm going to tell you, those shared recent, look at her. She ain't even wanting to look at him. She's like, I'm over this, you know. Too much water under the bridge. That's the vibe I get from this. Or, you know, to make that connection, it's going to take a whole lot of work and a whole lot of soul searching. She's looking at him like, there's going to be a whole lot of changes need to happen in this situation. There needs to be a whole death and rebirth to this situation if there's a romance that you do want to save. Maybe because there was a little bit too much attraction from other people and situations, whatever it may be. And again, you know, this North Node, these nodal readings, yes, it's for the sun, but particularly for your rising sign. If you're Aries rising in particular, this is really going to sing home to you. Or, you know, it may or may not. I mean, you have so many things in your chart, but for the general majority of you. Okay, so give your relationship a chance. You know, if you can work on the partnership, but if it's gotten to the point, because this is what the guides are saying, that for your soul growth, for you, Aries, what you need to do is either be independent on your own, doing your own thing. In the course of that, you learn to be interdependent with another person. And if you're still with someone that was there when you were in a really codependent phase, you can change, but you can't make somebody else change. So there's no guarantee that other person's going along. She doesn't look like she's too interested in going along with the situation. I don't know. What do you think? You know? So you can heal. You need to focus on you, Aries, and healing your codependent ways. And if the other person follows, great. And if not, hey, a new situation will be out there waiting. You know it, right, Aries? Always. All right. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that wonderful thing. And until next time, sweet dreams, Aries Dreamers. All right. Bye-bye now. Woohoo! Made it through the North Node readings. That's something to celebrate. Okay, where am I? Where we go? Here we are. All right, bye-bye now.